Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a dewy skin focus look inspired by Doutzen Kroes. I have the photo in the little view box. You'll also see the photo on Instagram with the product descriptions of everything that I used. So I hope that you enjoy this and you pick up some tips and tricks to get really dewy complexion looking skin, kind of like a Victoria's Secret model off duty. So there's lots of products that I used here today that you'll be able to pick up at Sephora as well. So I hope that you do enjoy the look. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. If you do like this type of makeup look and the content that I create, please don't forget to hit the little like at the bottom there and subscribe button. Alright, so to start, I've already washed my face and I've prepped it with the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Water Cream. This is a primer moisturizer, really good for redness in the skin as well as pores. And then I used the Inkyless Hyaluronic Acid first as a serum just to help hydrate my skin and help with like a natural dew base. And then we're going to go in with some Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. So I opted for a more creamy radiant concealer for underneath the eyes, just sticking with that like glowy complexion. You don't want to have something that's too matte underneath the eyes because that can really dull the face. And even though I do like the Radiant Concealer from Tarte, it's a little bit more medium coverage and super glowy. So to spot conceal around the face, I actually go in with this Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever. It's more of a semi-matte finish and a lot more coverage comes through. A small NARS brush. We're just gonna buff right around. It's also okay if it's not a perfect blend, because with my steps I do concealer first and put the most product where I need it, and then I go over with a foundation which is really going to blend the edges and pull everything together. I am almost out of this foundation in the shade 1.5 Neutral. So I'm just kind of using up what I have today, and it also kind of fits that like glowy complexion. It's medium coverage. There's hyaluronic acid in here, squalene to hydrate the skin. I'm just going to mattify pretty much the center of the face, under the eyes, setting the concealers and areas where the face tends to move with facial expressions. I don't want to set too much powder though, because that will get rid of the glowy complexion that we're going for. Now, all of the Victoria's Secret models, supermodels, they're really known for having that nice like bronzy glowy skin. Doutzen in this photo doesn't have too much of a bronze or a contour going on. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Laguna 2 just to give me a little bit of color. using a very small amount of this NARS liquid blush. We're really gonna like sheer it out. So it was like one dot each side. Use the heat of your fingertips to melt it into the skin. And then with the liquid highlighter from Dior, I'm just going to go slightly above that blush and into the high points of the temple. I'm just going to, again, with the heat of my finger, keeping it on the high points of the cheek and blending it right into the temple into like a C motion. In the photo, you can see she's got quite a high shine, like pretty much like right here on the cheek. And I believe they achieved that with some sort of like a liquid highlighter or balm. So I'm going to go in with the gold shade in this Dior palette just to amplify that highlight a little bit more on the high points. I'm also going to take the powder and do it down the center of the nose and the Cupid's bow. I find with the liquid, depending on your base underneath, those liquid highlighters can sometimes pull the foundation upwards and mix with them, where the powder just slightly glides on top. This Inglot pigment just underneath the eye to give a little bit of shimmer to that lash line. Just lining the outer third of the eye. I'm not taking this liner all the way inwards. And then we're going to line the lash line. For mascara, I've been trying out this Clinique High Impact Full Volume Mascara. I actually got this in my gratis, and I don't mind it. I really like the brush on it. It's quite tapered, and you're able to get like every single lash. So I'm making sure to focus a lot of volume at the base of the lash. In the photo, Doutzen's lashes look shorter than mine in general. I don't believe she even had falsies on. In this, I think they just packed the mascara really close to the lash line, so it looked like there was lots of volume. So the only step left is to do the lips. I've already gone on throughout the video. I was wearing the shade that we're going to be wearing for the lips anyhow. So this is the Summer Fridays birthday cake. Pink sugar would also work for this look. So I'm just going to remove a little bit of what we had on. Before I do that step though, we're going to amp it up. So you could just throw on your lip balm and head out the door, but I'm going to make it look a little bit more polished. I'm going to use the Lip Cheat by Charlotte Tilbury in the shade, what is it, Pillow Talk Fair. Now Doutzen is very fair skin toned, her complexion, her eye color, her blonde hair. So this type of shade I think would really work with Doutzen's complexion. I think she's from Denmark originally. So again, very fair complexion. So we're just going to line the lips just to structure it a little bit. So this shade on me is kind of like my lip but better. I typically go for a Pillow Talk Original, but the Pillow Talk Fair can also work with my tones if I'm looking for a little bit more of like a softer outline. Which I will, because in this photo it looked like she didn't really have anything on but like a very muted like pink balm, like lip balm, very similar. These are super hydrating as well. If you can't get your hands on Summer Fridays, I also recommend Laneige Ultraviolet. That one has an SPF 50 coming from Australia. Or the Ulla Hendrickson's, the peptides. Those are very similar to this type of product to give you hydration, shine. Some of them have sparkle and color. And Paula's Choice also just released like a peptide lip balm that had a very similar applicator with like the bending tip. So I know Summer Fridays is like all the rave, but there are other brands that are so similar to the exact same that you could also play around with if you can't get your hands on these shades. The only good thing about this is like it actually smells like vanilla cupcakes, and that's why I liked it so much. And I'm like, I have to get it. It's birthday like flavored. Something about me and like birthday candles, like it's just so reminiscent to like my childhood and like birthday parties. That anything that's like birthday cake or smells like a birthday candle being blown out, I just love it. That is the finished lip. Okay, so that is this finished Dewy Skin inspired by Doutzen look. I hope that you did enjoy it. I hope that you picked up a few products or tips that you can do for applying that will really keep the skin looking luminous and glowy. So I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.